learn through SMS-based platform. There was this rule.
It's a conversation on harmonizing human interaction and technology while bridging the digital divide for inclusive education. As reliance on digital learning tools and AI grows, there is a pressing concern about ensuring that these advancements enhance and not compromise human learning experiences. But how can digital tools be leveraged in a way that supports rather than override human interaction in education? And how do we find a balance between digital innovation and human control? These are some of the critical issues addressed at this roundtable of stakeholders organized by the National Consultative Working Group on EDTECH. The discussion kicks off with an overview of the challenges and opportunities arising from the digitalization of education, with Lagos as the focal point.
We have continuously pushed ourselves to incorporate educational technology into the teaching and learning of technical and vocational education. We have introduced interactive boards to improve learning experience. We have acquired additional computers to support digital literacy among the students. All our students are now required, that is compulsory, to take ICT classes. All our teachers are receiving teaching training on using ICT to enhance content and utilize tools such as Google Classroom, Kahoot, Canva, etc. For us, providers of technical education, we cannot remain passive while the world evolves. Our students must gain a competitive advantage through ICT and integration of education technology into teaching and learning. As we embrace these education technology, it is important to also address the challenges that come with them. We need to seek realistic and sustainable solutions that will ensure our learners carefully benefit from these technologies.
A panel session further explores the theme of the conference, with experts highlighting key concerns such as the digital divide, which limits access for millions of Nigerian students, especially in rural areas, the importance of maintaining human interaction at the heart of the educational experience, the need for a robust regulatory framework to support EdTech adoption, as well as the continuous training and capacity building required for teachers.
The big divide still comes from the fact that there's still need for the government to pay more attention or give the priority needed to education. There's a saying that no country can develop beyond this level of education. And so that's where the challenge first comes in. These days we have interactive tables. I can assure you that you can still get to schools where students can't even identify an interactive table. It's different from an interactive board. And we have different realities that are coming up in technology. For example, we have augmented reality. Now, how many of our students can say they can interact? Some of them use them, but we really do not know those concepts. So I think we need to start from putting structures in place.
The truth is, education is a major barrier because inside education there is ignorance. Yeah. You don't know, you don't see the need for it. As a matter of fact, we are making progress, I know, in Nigeria, and Lagos State is at the forefront. But when you also look at, the percentage of where we are as a country and where we should be, we know that we have a lot to do. Yeah. So education, and it doesn't have to be, formal education. It doesn't have to be in the classroom. This is a technical school, even in sewing school, because again, from what she said, we are moving, or we are in a time and season that every part of our world has an infusion of technology.
Breakout sessions dive deeper, offering tech educators and innovators a space to share insights into the state of EdTech in Nigeria.
The conversation about EdTech has been for over the last decade, right, in Nigeria, and it's good to see, funding organizations prioritizing EdTech in Nigeria. So when you're talking about participation, that's a win. But the major challenge that we are actually having, which is why I highlighted, is the fact that EdTech should we call them EdTech organizations, need to prioritize digital accessibility, because the main idea behind EdTech is to close that gap. So if you're going to close the gap, we cannot close that gap and at the same time leave a group of people, to the side. So we have to make sure that we prioritize digital accessibility when it comes to building EdTech platforms.
So one thing we should understand is this: especially kids in disadvantaged communities, if we leave them out of this space, one day they will become a challenge to the society. But if you provide them with the appropriate technology and they understand it at their own level, we will build a better Nigeria. There's nothing too small, no matter what. Even if it's just a computer you are providing in a community, it can go a long way. So let's start small and let's build a better society. But let's not forget, let's ensure that people can still use their brain. AI is supposed to be a guide. Your brain is supposed to build it to become better. But people don't even do anything again. They just rely on whatever they get, garbage in, garbage out. And that's why we also have a lot of challenges around us.
Ultimately, the synergy between human interaction and technology will shape the future of education in Nigeria, making learning more inclusive and accessible for all. And as the country continues to navigate the complexities of integrating tech into education, this roundtable serves as a pivotal step toward ensuring that every student, regardless of socioeconomic status, can thrive in a digital learning environment.